Okay, in the last video, you saw that object destructuring was a thing. So that might lead you to ask, can you spread an object? And you in fact can, because objects, just like arrays, your variable here is not storing the actual object. It's actually just storing information about where the actual object is. So that means if I created a second object called Batman2 and set it equal to Batman, and then made a change to Batman, um, suddenly that would change Batman 2 because Batman 2 isn't holding the actual object right here. It's just holding a location where that actual object is. So when I change the actual object, it changes the actual object. And since both Batman and Batman 2 are pointing to the same object, only one thing has been changed. Okay, so how do we get around this? Well, the way we get around this is we can say let Batman 2 equal, and then we create a new object. And it'd be a pain, just like when we were creating a new array. So if we said let Batman3 equal a new array where we'd have to copy in by hand all of the numbers, that would kind of suck. So what we can do is we can use the same spread operator we used with arrays, but we can use it with objects. So I can say dot, 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 Batman. So what I'm saying is create a new object here, take all of the things inside of the old object and copy them into this new object, spread them out. Now we have a new object called Batman2. And then what I'm going to do is on the next line, I'm going to say Batman dot first name equals hello. So when I run this through the code, it's going to create one object and store it in Batman. And it's going to create another object and copy in the attributes from the first object. Then it's going to change the first object and we'll go to that point. So we'll save it and we'll come over here and we'll come to our sources and we'll click on script.js and we're going to put a breakpoint right on this line. So if we reload our page, it pauses. We're about to create our Batman variable. If we hit next and we hover over Batman, we can see the alias is Batman, first name is Bruce, last name is Wayne, num villains caught is 20. If we hover over Batman 2, it has not been created yet. If we hit next, it spreads out Batman into Batman 2, and when we hover over Batman 2, it has an alias of Batman, a first name of Bruce, a last name of Wayne's, and a number of villains caught equal to 20. If we hit the next button, we just adjusted the first object. So now his alias is Batman. His first name is Hello. Let's look at Batman 2. His first name is still Bruce. That is because these are two different objects. We created an object using the two curly braces, and then we said copy these attributes into this object. Once you've done that, change the first object. So that's cool. But what if we wanted to copy all of the attributes with one slight adjustment? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create Batman 2. But in addition to copying all of these attributes, I want to give him a new attribute, and I'm going to call it vehicle, and I'm going to store Batmobile. So if I save this and I come over here, and I reload, oops, sorry, reload with a breakpoint. So I'm going to put a breakpoint here, reload, it pauses. We create the Batman variable. The Batman variable, 4 attributes. You've seen them enough times. I'm not going to read them again. I'm going to hit next. We're about to create Batman 2 by putting in everything from Batman and then creating a new key called vehicle and storing Batmobile. So if we hit next and hover over Batman 2, it has all of the 4 attributes we previously had, plus a new attribute called vehicle that's storing Batmobile. So when you are using this spread operator, you don't have to just directly copy the object. You can directly copy the object and then make a change to it. And that concludes this video on changing with object destructuring.